Good hello friends, my name is Melanie and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to talk about my August TBR. I cannot believe that it is already August. Like, I am genuinely taken aback by the fact that we've made it through so many months in this year and it is continuously flying, but I'm going to stop jabbering. We are going to talk about the N.E.W.T.s. This is going to be the last year that G over at Book Roast does it in the same way that she has been over the last couple of years with all of the challenges and whatnot. And if you don't know why, I will go ahead and link her video down below. She does a great job of explaining exactly what she's planning on doing, and although this is going to be the last official one, she is going to kind of be rebuilding it in a new way. I'm very excited for her and where she's going to take this readathon because it is very near and dear to not only her heart but many people's hearts, especially here on YouTube. So for the owls in April, I decided that I was going to go down the path of the Quidditch Referee, which makes sense with my background in athletics. I got lucky and I only have 6 books that I need to read in the month of August for the N.E.W.T.s. I'm also participating in 2 buddy reads and I'm going to try and see if I can squeeze these buddy reads in there before. But to go over the prompts, I need to get an O or an outstanding in Defense Against the Dark Arts. For this, I need an acceptable, which is read a horror/thriller, water demon, book with demons or water theme, an O, red caps, read an epic fantasy. I need to get an A in history of magic, which means I only need to read 1 book, and that is to read a historical fiction. I need to get an A in potions, which is flying seahorse, book with sky, either in the title or on the cover. And then I need to get an A in transfiguration, which has an animal on the cover or the title. So the 2 books that I'm going to be buddy reading are The Glass Hotel by Emily St. John Mandel. I'm going to be buddy reading this with Elena over at Elena the Great. We buddy read Emily St. John Mandel's debut, Station 11, and so we wanted to both pick up the sequel. I think I'm going to use this for Book with Sky, so for my potions prompt. I know it's really reflective. And then the next book that I will be buddy reading is This Mortal Coil by Emily Savada, who I'll be buddy reading this with Pumpkin Spice Books and Bookafee over on Instagram. They are 2 of my favorite friends and I really love the both of them so much. They are such a dynamic duo and I'm so excited to be buddy reading this with them. So I think this just might be a buddy read and that's fine by me. I don't mind adding a 7th book to my TBR because, like, hello, it's me. I already kind of have some books in mind, so I'm really hoping that these spins actually coordinate with them. We're gonna see with spin number 1. One word title. It's gonna be a little bit harder than I thought. It's gonna be a little bit harder than I thought. So let's go figure out what I'm gonna read for that one word title. So after using a lot of brain power, apparently, I'm going to pick up Fable by Adrienne Young. Fable is an arc that I have that comes out in September, and I think it is the perfect time to read it. I'm going to use this for the Water Demon Challenge, a book with demons or a water theme, because Fable quite literally says, "Welcome to a world made dangerous by the sea, and by those who wish to profit from it." I read a few of, or I actually have read almost all of Adrienne Young's books. I think the only one I'm missing is The Vanishing Deep. I think that's the only one that I'm missing. Because I have an arc of Fable, I definitely want to get to it. It is a 1-word title, so that actually kind of works out in my favor. I was thinking I might not be able to do the Wheel of TBR, but again, that's only the first spin, so we'll see where the rest of this TBR takes me. All right, here we go with spin number 2. Audiobook, okay. Ooh. So for this, I have been wanting to read the guest list and I finally got access to the audiobook because Scribd was doing a weird thing where books weren't available for a while. So I'm going to read and listen to the guest list by Lucy Foley. This goes for the read a horror/thriller, and it is technically a thriller because it's a murder mystery. So I'm going to be listening to this as well as reading along. This is great. Oh my gosh, this is such a relief. That's 2 books that actually work with the spins, and I was so nervous that it wasn't going to, so we're just gonna keep going. Up next is arc. So I do have a couple of arcs. This one is gonna be a little bit tricky. So I can cheat. Just a hair. I'm currently reading The Brother Years by Shannon Burke. This book comes out on August 4th, so you guys hopefully we'll see this video before then. So I can kind of cheat and use this arc and finish it, and that be the first book, and it's a historical fiction. So I think I'm going to use that for my History of Magic prompt, and you can't stop me. I just won't finish the book in July. Today's the last day of July anyway, so I'm not gonna finish it today anyway. So August TBR it is, writing that down. So realistically, I'm left technically with 2 spins. Well, no, 2? 1 spin, and that is for the animal on the cover, and I do have a book in mind. So let's see if this next book is gonna be it. If not, I'm perfectly okay with just picking the book I want to pick, because you guys are definitely gonna be excited for what book I'm reading. So hopefully this book aligns with the book that I'm thinking of. Oh wait, I have 2 spins left. Okay, so we'll just see what happens. Yes, okay, perfect. Okay. The prompt was friend's favorite. All of my friends have read this and all of them have loved it. I'm going to read Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. I am so nervous for A House of Earth and Blood because it is going to be the first Sarah J. Maas book that I read since A Court of Thorns and Roses. And I'm committing to this one over Throne of Glass because it's less commitment, because I don't know how many books are going to be in it right now, but I know it is like a 700-page book. The reason I'm not holding it physically is because it's already with me at school, so I was already preparing to read it. It works perfectly because it does have an animal on the cover, it has a bird somewhere on it. I double checked before leaving my apartment. So okay, now that my adrenaline is like way up here, we have one more book left, and that is to read an epic fantasy. Epic fantasies scare the crap out of me. I'm going to try for a spin, and I'm going to see if I can come up with something that'll fulfill both. Final spin. Yeah, an epic fantasy is definitely not going to be a short read. So I'm going to cheat my own game, and I'm going to pick an epic fantasy that I think I can actually read, hopefully. So I decided I would go on Goodreads and look up the best epic fantasy fiction list. And scrolling down it, you know, I see some titles that I kind of expected. The Mists of Avalon, Princess Bride, surprisingly. I did not know that that was an epic fantasy. The Lord of the Rings, obvious. I read that earlier this year. No plans of rereading it anytime soon. The Assassin's Apprentice, which makes complete sense. However, the first book that I owned that I saw was Philip Pullman's His Dark Materials. Okay, I'm going to read not all of this, but I'm gonna read the first book, which is The Golden Compass. I honest to God, have no idea. 297. Okay, hold on. There's no way it's only 297. I guess it is. The first book is only 297 pages, which is perfectly doable in my eyes. A 300-page epic fantasy. And like, I can take this with me to school and just read the other 2 with time. Plus I'll look really cool reading a bind up. Wow, look at me go. Reading a big chunker. So I am going to mark this as like, I am reading the full book once I read it, but I'm not going to be using it as like my progress check. I'm going to be, knowing me, I probably won't get to books 2 and 3 until God knows when. So am I starting another series? Yeah. Do I care? No. So I actually have okay, I was about to say I have a short stack. I really don't have a short stack, but like in terms of the physical books that I have with me currently, I have a pretty short stack. Like I said, these 2 are buddy reads. I have a bunch of physical books that are with me at school and a few ebooks and an audiobook. So I think I have a pretty good balance for the owls. So now we are going to jump into what my spread for the owls are going to look like. This is definitely inspired by one of my beautiful friends on Twitter, in our Books and BookTube Twitter. Her name is Maya. Her @ is Ocean Reads. She is literally one of the sweetest humans alive, and I love her so much, and you should definitely check her out. But this next spread is heavily influenced by her. Maya, I hope you like what I've tried to recreate based on the way you did things while adding my own spin to it. I thought really quickly I would just show you guys what July looked like. So I tried to go for a little bit of more of a campfire theme, which is why all of these flames are what I chose to color in. You can see I did the beach readathon and the to be continued readathon, and unfortunately I didn't get to 2 books that I decided to read, but I'm pushing the 5th season to this month. Moving forward, we have my audio listens and my physical / ebook. Again, not too many favorite quotes, which is why the design for August will look a little bit different.
I decided that I would do a Beach Readathon spread. And then the Reading Rush spread, as you guys saw during that week. This is just kind of what it looked like completed. The ones that are halfway are like books that I've either started or challenges that I halfway completed. And then these were all the badges that I earned, with only 8 out of the 17 available for this year. Now moving into August. Found this graphic after searching dark aesthetic magic on Pinterest. And there was some empty space here and I didn't really know what to do with it, which is why this happened. And then as you can see, all of the N.E.W.T.s in order. Next month looks the same as the rest of the months. And I'm finding slight issues with the fact that I glued things, because this isn't like staying the way it would if I had used double-sided tape. And then as you can see, the favorite quotes has basically this massive page and then anything I choose to write around this graphic. And this one was really cool. It was like smoke coming out of his hands. And that is it for the flip through.
I definitely had a lot of fun picking out books that hopefully would work out for the owls, as well as for the N.E.W.T.s, as well as for my little spin the TBR game. I think this is probably I was about to say one of the nicest. I think this is one of the meanest I've been to myself in terms of the books that I'm picking, but I have a lot of hope that I'm going to be able to read a ton before school starts. I'm super excited to get to these books, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and until then, I'll chat with you soon.